Welcome students. Today we will discuss the topic information science versus science of information. So in this topic we can find that information science is a term and also the science of information. So the beginning we can say this presentation explores the distinct yet complementary fields of information science and the science of information, examining their shared goals, unique approaches and the crucial interplay between them in navigating the complexities of the digital age. So, if we comparing approaches to information science is a practical application emphasis, and on the other hand, science of information, it is empirical research methods. Information science is a disciplinary approach. On the other hand, science of information is a theoretical study focus. Now come to the definition of information. Information is a multifaceted concept with varying definition across different fields. Generally, it can be understood as a data or knowledge communicated about particular facts, subjects or events. In computing, it is defined by information theory as the degree of choice exercised when selecting a symbol or message from a range of possibilities often determined probabilistically. So, this diagram reflects information is multifaceted concept central to human understanding and communication. It is more than raw data. It involves context, meaning and relevance. Information transforms from data, unprocessed facts and figures into a structured, meaningful form that can inform decision and foster knowledge creation. In its most basic sense, information can be defined as organized, analyzed and interpreted data. This transformation imbues data with value, turning it into a resource for action, learning and innovation for individuals and organizations. Like information acts as the lifeblood of progress, enabling solution, guiding strategies and promoting effective collaboration. The nature of information has always been dynamic, adapting to cultural, technological and societal shifts. While the core definition remains the same, the tools and methods we use to process and apply information have continuously evolved. Now, the characteristic of information. So, relevance. Information is valuable only if it is pertinent to the user's needs. If the information satisfied the needs of the users, then we can say it is relevance. Next, accuracy. Incorrect or incomplete information can lead to flawed decisions. So, if we get any false information, that can disturb the accuracy. Accessibility. Ease of access determines whether information can be effectively utilized. So, access is the another thing that can be better to the use of information. Interactivity. Modern information system enable active user engagement with the data, facilitating better insights. Understanding these characteristics allows us to appreciate the pivotal role information plays in decision-making process across professional and societal contexts. Now, we can discuss the evaluation of information. The concept of information is as old as human civilization itself. From oral storytelling to written manuscripts, the methods of recording and sharing information have undergone significant transformation. Each stage in the evaluation of information represents a leap in humanity's ability to communicate, store knowledge, and innovate. So, the prehistoric and ancient times. In the early human history, information was primarily transmitted orally. Stories, traditions, and knowledge were passed down generations, serving as the earliest form of collective memory. With the advent of writing systems such as cuneiform in Mesopotamia and hieroglyphics in Egypt, information could be preserved in more permanent form. This marked the first major leap in information storage and dissemination. The next point, the printing revolution. The innovation of printing press in the 15th century by John Gutenberg democratized access to information. Books and other printed materials could now be mass produced, spreading knowledge far beyond the confines of monasteries and royal courts. This revolution fueled significant cultural and intellectual movements, including the Renaissance and Enlightenment. The digital age, the 20th century, witnessed the dawn of the digital era, which has transformed the way information is created, stored, and accessed. The development of computers, the internet, and mobile technologies has enabled instant communication and access to an almost limitless reservoir of information. Social media platforms, search engines, and cloud computing have further accelerated this trend, making information a pervasive part of daily life. And the digital data and AI. In the 21st century, the volume of information being generated has reached unprecedented levels. The emergence of big data and artificial intelligence (AI) technologies has shifted the focus from mere access to information to deriving actionable insights from vast data sets. As we advance further into the digital age, managing the overflow of information effectively has become a critical challenge. Now, the need for information science and the science of information. In today's digital age, we are overwhelmed with an overwhelming amount of information. From social media updates to academic articles, the said volume of data generated daily is staggering. This explosion of information has necessitated the development of specialized fields that study and manage these data effectively. Among these fields, information science and the science of information have emerged as two complementary domains that addresses the critical need for understanding and organizing information in our modern world. So if we see the diagram, we can see that lack of organization, that means hinders effective information retrieval. And next one is the privacy concerns, necessitates strict compliance measures and the evolving technology. It requires continuous adaptation of systems, and the rapid misinformation spread complicates user trust in data and information overload. Now the age, information is overloaded, increased complexity in data management. So the importance of information science. Information science is primarily concerned with the practical aspects of managing information. It focuses on how information can be organized, stored, retrieved, and disseminated effectively to meet the needs of users. The field encompasses a variety of disciplines, including library and information science, data management, and information technology. One of the central questions that information science seeks to answer is, how can information system be designed to serve user effectively? This involves understanding user needs and behaviors, creating intuitive interfaces, and ensuring that information is easily accessible. For instance, in a library setting, information science helps in developing cataloging systems that allows patrons to find books and resources quickly. In corporate environments, it aids in designing internets that facilitate knowledge sharing among employees. Another critical aspect of information science is the exploration of tools and technologies that can enhance information organization and retrieval. With advancements in artificial intelligence and machine learning, new methods for indexing and searching vast datasets are continually being developed. These technologies not only improve efficiency but also enhance the user's experience by providing more relevant search results. Moreover, information science plays a vital role in addressing contemporary challenges such as information and data privacy. In an era where false information can spread rapidly through social media platforms, professionals in information science work to create systems that promote credible sources and helps users distinguish fact from fiction. Additionally, they develop strategies for managing sensitive data responsibility, ensuring compliance with regulation like GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation. Now we come to the importance of the science of information. In contrast to the practical focus of information science, the science of information delves into more theoretical inquiries about the nature of information itself. The field seeks to answer foundational questions such as, what constitutes information? Understanding what qualifies as information is crucial for developing effective systems for its management. The science of information explores the relationships between information knowledge, meaning and context. It examines how information is created, shared and transformed into knowledge through various processes. For example, it investigates how context influences the interpretation of data. What may be considered valuable information in one scenario might be irrelevant in another. This theoretical framework is essential for informing the practices within information science. By understanding the underlying principles of how information operates, professionals can create more effective systems for managing it. Furthermore, this knowledge helps in developing models that predict how information flows within networks or organizations. Now, the interplay between both fields, that is information science and science of information, together information science and the science of information equip us to navigate the complexities of the digital age. They provide us with tools to combat misinformation while promoting informed decision making among users. As we continue to grapple with issues such as data privacy, breaches and ethical consideration surrounding artificial intelligence, these fields will become increasingly important. For instance, disciplinary collaboration between practitioners in both domains can lead to improved solutions for emerging challenges. By integrating theoretical insights from the science of information with practical application from information science. Since we can develop robust frameworks that enhance our ability to manage and utilize information effectively. Next, information science core concept. Information science is an interdisciplinary field that integrates principles from computer science, library and information science, cognitive psychology and other disciplines also. It addresses the entire life cycle of information from creation and organization to retrieval and application. So, information as a resource studies how people interact with and use information. In today's knowledge economy, information is a critical resource, often considered more valuable than physical assets. Businesses, governments, and individuals rely on information to innovate, solve problems, and maintain competitiveness. Information systems and technologies. It focuses on modern systems and technologies. For technologies, for managing information. Modern information systems are the backbone of information science. These systems employ databases, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence to manage information efficiently. Technologies like blockchain and the Internet of Things are also redefining how information is stored and shared. Next point, information behavior and use. Information behavior studies focuses on understanding how people interact with and use information. This includes exploring how individuals search for, evaluate and use information to make decisions. Now, the key areas of study. Library and information science, it is our domain of subject. These are explores traditional and digital methods of managing library resources, ensuring that knowledge is preserved and made accessible. Human-computer interaction. Human-computer interaction examines how users engage with digital systems, emphasizing usability, accessibility, and user experience. Knowledge organization. This involves the systematic categorization of information using classification systems, metadata, and taxonomies. Next, application of information science. Digital libraries. So, today's world, we can know that the digital library provides unparalleled access to global knowledge resources, promoting education and research. Next, the knowledge management. This area focuses on strategies to capture and utilize organizational knowledge, enhancing innovation and collaboration. Data analytics. Data analytics leverage statistical and computational tools to extract actionable insights from large data sets. Science of information, theoretical aspects. The science of information is an interdisciplinary field that examines the theoretical and practical aspects of information across various domains, including mathematics, philosophy, and cognitive science. Also, this exploration encompasses several foundational areas. Now, the philosophical foundation. The philosophical underpinnings of information science addresses the nature of information itself, questioning what constitutes information and how it can be defined. This inquiry often intersects with epistemology, the study of knowledge, and how information shapes our understanding of reality. Now, information theory. Claude Shannon's groundbreaking work is the mid-20th century established information theory, which quantifies information as a measurable entity. Shannon's in 1948 in his paper, A Mathematical Theory of Communication, introduced key concepts such as entropy and redundancy, fundamentally alerting our approach to communication systems. This theory is crucial in telecommunication and data compression, influencing how we manage and transmit information today. Semiotics. Semiotics explores the relationship between signs, symbols, and meaning. It investigates how language, imagery, and context contribute to the interpretation of information. By analyzing signs with cultural context, semiotics helps us understand how meaning is constructed and conveyed through various forms of communication. Now, theoretical frameworks, information and cognition. This area focuses on how humans process and internalize information. It encompasses cognitive psychology principles that inform our understanding of learning, memory, and decision-making process. Insights from this field are vital for developing educational strategies and improving knowledge retention. Information structure. Understanding the organization of information is essential for creating systems that enhance accessibility and usability. This involves designing databases and information architectures that facilitate efficient retrieval and compression of data. Interdisciplinary connections. The science of information intersects with various disciplines like biology. So it analyzing genetic information as a form of data transmission. Like linguistics, it examining language structures as medium for conveying information. In another, sociology, investing how information flows with communities and its impact on social interaction. These connections highlight the pervasive role of information across different fields, emphasizing its significance in both human cognition and societal structures. Comparing and contrasting information science and science of information. So there are some similarities and differences. Similarities, shared focus. Both fields aims to understand and enhance the role of information in society. Interdisciplinary nature, both draw from diverse disciplines, enriching their methodologies. Impact of technology, innovation in AI, machine learning and big data owe much to these fields. Now differences, different approaches. Information science emphasizes applications while the science of information is more theoretical. Distinct focus areas. Information science deals with systems and user needs, whereas the science of information explores meaning and cognition. Challenges in digital age. The digital age presents both unprecedented opportunities and challenges. The sheer volume of information generated daily, whether through social media, IoT devices or global transaction, requires sophisticated systems for storage, retrieval and analysis. Here, information science plays a critical role, offering practical solutions for managing and utilizing data effectively. Simultaneously, the science of information provides the philosophical and theoretical frameworks necessary to address questions of privacy, authenticity, and the ethical implications of information use. For examples, as misinformation and disinformation proliferate online, the combined efforts of both fields becomes essential. Information science can develop tools to detect and counteract false information, while the science of information explores the cognitive and social dynamics that make individuals susceptible to such influences. Future directions, integration and innovation. As we advance into an era dominated by AI, machine learning and quantum computing, the integration of information science and science of information will become even more critical. Innovation in natural language processing, predictive analysis and human-computer interaction will rely on insights and methodologies of both fields. Moreover, addressing challenges such as climate change, healthcare inequities and educational disparities requires robust information system and a deep understanding of how information shapes human behavior and decision making. So we come to the conclusion. In an era where information drives innovation, shapes societies and influences decision making across all domains. The complementary roles of information science and the science of information have become increasingly significant. Their interplay not only underscores the multifaceted nature in information but also highlights the need for a holistic approach to understanding and managing it. Now we can come to some self-checked exercise questions. First one, describe the main differences between information science and the science of information. And another question it may be, what are the key characteristics of information that influence decision making process? Third question, what is the importance of understanding user needs in information science and the science of information? Another question, what are the theoretical frameworks discussed in the science of information? So these are the references. So thanks to all. This is the presentation of information science and science of information. If we know the difference between both terms, then we can properly understand as a subject information science.